welcome or welcome back. And here with me, someone who I'll be relying a lot on today, as per you, Neon Genesis. Hi.
Hi, are you excited?
Yes, I am very excited for this. This has been a long time coming. For those of you who don't know Final Fantasy XI, this is Neon Genesis. Neon Genesis. Anyway, this is one of his favorite games, and what kind of partner would I be if I never checked out my partner's favorite MMORPG? This is something that I've seen some of my friends from F14 play as well, and I'm very curious about the game. I know nothing about Final Fantasy XI, but Neon knows all these things that I am yet to see in game, because I did hear a lot about it, but I think it's about time for me to just actually go and play. Are you excited to show me around?
Yes, I actually am. So, for those who are new to Final Fantasy XI, maybe you've played Final Fantasy XIV, maybe you've played World of Warcraft and stuff like that. But welcome to Final Fantasy XI. Now, you may see we're not playing the traditional Final Fantasy XI, the retail. We wanted to play the Final Fantasy XI Horizon private server. But I'm going to put a few disclaimers out there that V would probably not think of saying because she's unaware of what to expect. There is many different private servers to Final Fantasy XI. There is a bunch. I know that on the couple of videos that I've done before Final Fantasy XI Horizon, a lot of people have asked me why this server, why that server. We think this server's garbage and trash for this reason and that reason, and there's some really just weird comments that we just don't need. What we chose is we chose to play Final Fantasy XI Horizon, so V and myself more, but V in particular can try out Final Fantasy XI without committing to buying Final Fantasy XI, then committing to the sub. And also, I wanted to give V an idea of what the game was like back in its FF11's 75 era peak. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's why we've chosen this. If and maybe eventually, maybe we'll try the retail so V can see the differences as to what the game used to look like in the 75 era cap, and then later on what it was like or what it is like to this very current day with how retail is. I think this is going to be such an interesting very polarizing, is that the word, experience where V's going to be able to see one side and then go into the other side. And I think she will be in for quite a shock of how the game has changed and progressed over the years, such as like the trust system in retail to not having any trusts at all now. So I have...
Sorry, would that mean that the experience on the Horizon would be something akin to World of Warcraft Classic in comparison to the modern WoW?
Yes, except when World of Warcraft Classic came out, it was taking you right back to the beginning of way back to how the game launched, right? If I'm not mistaken. This is taking you back to like maybe 2006, 2007, maybe, or maybe 2005, actually, but not taking you back as far back as like 2003, if that makes sense, on the launch. Because when I started playing, I played on Xbox 360. The cap, the character level cap was 75. But I think initially, and I wasn't around for this, you see, the initial cap was 50, I think. And then you had to do a quest and get to 55, and then a quest to get to 60, and so on and so forth. So when I played, the cap was already 75, and that was where we were at that expansion, and then eventually went up from there. So the character creation screen, this is it. We're basically on choose your character. Normally in game, in the retail, this would be done selected all in game. But as this is a private server, we have to choose on images, which sucks a little bit. But Horizon and the couple of good few hours I've played has been nothing but a positive experience. I've met some really friendly players, really good experiences, and it really does. And it's been the closest thing ever, really, to transport me back to the 75 era cap. So it's hard. It doesn't hold your hand. I know we've got a lot to go into.
I'm excited. I hope that you are excited as well. And if you just so happen to be here on the channel, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and let us know in the comments what your experience with Final Fantasy XI is at all. If you are a veteran player, do you play? What's your favorite thing about the game? And so on. Very curious to hear your replies, and I'm excited to get to know people who have played as well. Also, if you do not know, Mr. Neon Genesis has been playing and creating some really cool videos on Final Fantasy XI. I'm going to put his down in the description and in the pinned comment of this video. So if you don't know Mr. Neon, who apart from playing FF11, runs Final Fantasy VII, 8, 9, and 10 from time to time, do make sure to follow on Twitch as well if you speak. I also live stream on Twitch. I haven't been live streaming any of the mmorpg journeys that I'm on lately, but I've been playing some Kingdom Hearts, speedrunning Final Fantasy X, Persona 3 Reload, and that's pretty much 5. You're welcome here on YouTube, where we only do mmorpg channel. The other channels are also in the... I think now is a good time to create a character, no? Or is there anything else that we want to do?
Here's another question for the chat. Is this your first time experiencing Final Fantasy XI with us? There's going to be a lot of comparisons I can give between FF14 and FF11 since it's its brother, right? But also, V will be able to give a lot of knowledge on other MMOs. So V's played some Star Wars MMO. You've played World of Warcraft MMO. I've played things and very little bits of Guild Wars and Ion or Aeon, however you want to say it, and things like that. So we're both quite veterans to MMO these days. But there's still a ton of MMOs we haven't played. So I'm wondering what your experience is like, if you've ever played it, tried it, and what we hope you think of it when we get into it. So, but when you're ready, V, we can start a character.
Yeah, sure. So I just click a button and wait for something to happen. Oh, okay.
I don't know what screen.
It actually takes me exactly to the website, so that's fine. I guess this has to happen anyway. So we'll just go to the website then, and I guess create a character.
So you create your character on the website and not in the app where we did the downloading for the game.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be choosing a Taru male. Taru are akin to Lalafell.
I'm going to be going for, I want to say Elizin, but here it's Elvan. Is that how you pronounce it?
Elvan, yeah.
Okay.
Or Elvan, yeah.
I'll probably...
If you want to say Elvan because it's easier, say Elvan. But if you want to be really anal into the FF11 lore, probably say Elvan.
Oh, okay.
Elvan or Elvan, yeah, it's fine. Elizin, essentially.
To be honest with you, I was tempted to go for a cat, but there's just something about the cat hair mane, whatever you want to call it, being too close to eyes. I don't know if this is just the hairstyle, but there's just something that I don't like about it.
You could click that and then check on the next screen what your hair looks like and maybe change that and maybe you'll be okay with it. Take your time.
Okay, not to diss on their launcher immediately, but they had much prettier pictures that they could have used for the cats. There are some really cute ones. I just want to check the Elvan first before I make this decision. Yeah, considering that the other cats don't look as disturbing and there's some actually cute ones, I think I will be a cat, no problem. That's what I wanted originally, and for as long as I can cover the forehead in a less disturbing way, I'll be happy with that.
So I'm now on my job screen to what job I'm going to choose. I think I will be a healer in this. I want to be more there to protect V as best I can, but it is incredibly important that I find the money in this game to buy the spells I need. As this game, you do not learn spells on the level. You learn to be at the level, and then you have to buy the spell to use the spell.
I'm confused. I have a hair A, a B, and C, but they all look identical. Is it just a color?
Is it face or is it hair? It will say on the screen.
Character size. So hair type,
So it's not face, it's hair type. So, but if they all look the same,
It's
they
just the
probably are.
color. I think it's just.
It might be colour then.
I'll be
Just do your best.
I'll be a small cat. It's fine.
Oh, you're gonna be a Mikote or a Mithra, as they're called. So you are, if you wanted to know, you are a Mithra.
I will forget that immediately.
Mithra. You know my friend Mithri? That's where his name came from.
Okay, yeah.
Because he played FF11 first.
Yeah.
And he played a Mikote in FF14.
Okay, so here's where I'm gonna need your help because just like in any MMORPG nowadays that I start playing, I just by default go into Paladin. Neon has started explaining something about having to level something else first and having to choose other jobs to get to Paladin. Could you remind me of what you were saying?
So in this game, it's not like, oh, you want to be a monk, level your monk to 75, and then that's the cap. In this game, you have a sub job. So how this works is, whatever job your main job is, you can have a class that can carry over abilities. Very much similar to FF14, except you don't carry another class over. So like in FF14, for example, you can take, like, let's say you take like reprisal and all this kind of stuff over. Reprisal is an ability. It's for paladins. I think it's a spell though. But paladins will need the abilities to keep hit because they're tanking, right? They're primarily going to be using swords and shields. There's different types of sizes of shields, which are very little but impact your paladin a little bit. Like there's your bulwark shields, there's your buckler shields, the small circle ones, they're the small ones, and you will actually physically see your paladin blocking. It's actually really cool. FF14 don't do it. FF14 still don't do it, and I'm there going, dude, but FF11's nearly 30 years old.
I've been finding that really satisfying lately in Kingdom Hearts, and I've actually grown addicted to the little sound when you
little noise.
It when the block and parry are satisfying in a game. I love it.
You don't hear the ping or but you do see a character doing this when you eventually start living your paladin. But long story short is you will need a sub job for your sub job. That's why we end up leveling essentially three jobs for you. So in this game, you've got base classes and then classes that can be unlocked, such as Paladin, Ninja. I don't know what the other classes are in this version of the game. There's a bunch though. Maybe Dark Knight, Samurai, right? And like Samurai's sub job might be worth having as warrior, right? So if I was going to be a samurai, which I could be a Taru samurai, I might choose to do that still. I still might do that. What
do you think I should do?
Well, if I was going to be a samurai, I might want to get my monk to 18, then my warrior to 37, unlock my samurai at level 30, right? 30 warrior if I wanted to, but don't touch samurai leveling until I finish my warrior off to 37. Then any warrior gear I do not need anymore, or monk gear, I can sell it since it's not binding to me, and then I can buy katanas or great katanas from my samurai and level my samurai up to 75. That's if I wanted to go that route. For me, my route, because my two jobs that I need are starting classes, I don't have to unlock any job at 30. The Paladin is unlocked at level 30. It's an additional job. So for you, you're going to need to start off as leveling as a monk, in my opinion, then leveling your warrior to 37 all the way. And then from that point, you can just unlock your Paladin, which will start at level 1 again. And then take that straight to 75 with no stopping, no messing around for sub jobs. What would happen is if you had a level 5 warrior and then leveled and let's say you unlocked your paladin, you could be a level 75 paladin with level 5 warrior abilities, but which is very next to nothing, and your HP pool would be so little because you're not getting any benefit from the sub job.
So you also don't monk level, or I start with warrior.
18. Because it's half of 37.
7 and then 75. I see. I understand now.
And if in this journey you change your mind and say, I'm not going to be a paladin, I want to continue leveling monk, then you could just level your warrior to 37, then level your monk all the way to the rest of 75.
Okay. It is a bit of a cheating on my end that I know that there's a paladin without paladin being shown on screen. So I did know that beforehand because I did immediately ask if there's a paladin in game. So
There's a lot of cool stuff in this game that I haven't told you about with combat. Combat will look really slow and boring, but when I tell you the extra things you can do, it's okay, this is kind of cool now. And there's stuff that this game still doesn't do, that this game does, FF14 still doesn't do, that would really change the pace of FF14.
I've chosen monk.
I'm going to be choosing, as a starting class, a black mage. I still love Black Mage. Black Mages are so powerful. I'm not joking. After like level 37, they solo. They're like 75 because tanks can't keep hit from them. They hit so hard. But I'm gonna go Black Mage to 18, and then White Mage to, or maybe actually, yeah. I'm gonna have to do it a bit bock-eyed as well. I'm gonna have to do Black Mage to 18, White Mage to 37. Go back to Black Mage, get that to 37, then go back to White Mage and continue it for 37. So but I will say one more thing. Not every job has a set sub-job. You can use multiple sub-jobs. For example, Dark Knights can use Warrior as a sub-job to 37, but they can also use Ninja. Now, Ninja is almost a great sub-job for most classes, not necessarily Paladins, but you might see a few. Why? Is because ninjas have this ability, it's a tank as well, to cast these shadows, right? Let's say 3 shadows. And what those 3 shadows are is any 3 next physical hits will take the shadows and not hit the ninja.
I see, that's cool.
And then they have another spell at like 36 or 37 or 38, I think, actually. And it's an added version, and that gives you 4 shadows. So the aim of ninja is to keep those shadows up all the time. And they will never get hit, ever. They will never receive damage. And when they do try to recast spells, they want to do it in between an enemy attacking so they don't get interrupted for casting spells. But anyway, ninjas are a very good class of sub-job for like warrior, monk, samurais. Honestly, it's a sub-job for nearly every class. I think, and don't quote me, there might be a job called a dancer in this game. That dancer is crazy in this game. I can't remember if it's in it. We'll just have to play and see what other party members we see. There might be a puppet master. There might be a beast master. There's about 25 jobs. Oh, there's a dragoon. I forgot about that job. And they have a constant pet wyvern that's always out.
Oh, that's cute.
And it's really cool. And every time you do a weapon skill, they use breaths. So anyway, I'm choosing Black Mage. I'm going to now choose next. And then now it's cities.
So what do you suggest?
So I'm going to describe all 3 of these cities to you. I'm going to just let you choose based on looks.
But is there benefits? I'm loot driven.
No, not really. You are a Mithra, right? And I am a Lalafell of Tara, sorry. So if we want the extra like 0.2% perk, we could start off in Windhurst.
Okay.
And you get I think you get a starting ring that gives you MP and agility or something. It's very little. It's like a level 1 ring and that's it, right? But if you don't want to start there, we can start anywhere and we gain very little extra difference. So I'm going to tell you about all 3 cities really quick in a short nutshell. Mm-hmm. Windhurst is a very foresty, greenery area. You're basically in a forest, and it has water and lakes around, like moats, if you want, around the screen. And it's probably one of the most, and no offense here, but I say this very lightly, probably the most confusing to navigate around because it's big. It's got, I think, 3 or 4 zones to the city, so it's huge. So think like think like Old Arbin, 3 or 4 screens, think like that. So Windows would be your equivalent of Gridania, right? Foresty,
yeah.
Exactly, right? It also has a big tree that is akin to something out of semi-spoilers for FF9, for like the Lifer tree out of 9.
Oh, right.
But you can go in it, right? So there's also that. The Bastock area is more a stone pavement area in a kind of desolate area. You'll see a lot of Galkas there, Rogadins. You'll see a lot of Galkas there, and Humes and Hears. You'll see around that area, and has quite a nice area. All the musics for all 3 of these zones are amazing. And anything else to say about it? Yeah, I think that's all I can really say about that. Bastok, it's just a normal, built area. Has a metal works and Sid works there. And then there's Sandoria. Sandoria is has a citadel. Citadel has a citadel. It has it's a very like honorary. You're gonna see a lot of knights there. You're gonna there's a prince who lives there called Prince Trion. Trion, Trion. There is shops and markets, and there's shops and markets in all three of these towns. But you'll see shops and markets. You'll see mansions and this kind of stuff. So that's Sandoria, and in the outskirts of Sandoria is a big foresty greenery area called the Ron Fair, which is very popular. Out in the Windhurst area, it's like big green with a lake running through it, and enemies in all three Saturn zones sound different. Bastok's a bit more desolate. So that's all I'm going to give you, and I'm going to genuinely think here. I'm going to let you choose. If you let me choose, I will choose for the purpose of us. I will choose Windhurst.
I would go there because I think that it's canon and lore accurate for a Mikote or a Mithra forest, and I'd like to think that even though Lalafels or Tarutarus would belong in more of a city where there are trades and whatnot, I still think that foresty environments would them as well. I prefer a foresty area.
One thing that's going to be a pain in the ass for me, and maybe for you, V, is saying him by the race's name in 11. So I'm a Taru. You are a Mithra, and they are from Windhurst. It's a small added perk. You gain an extra ring. If you'd have chosen an Eleven and a Hume, I think a Hume, forgive me if I'm butchering this, then you may gain a ring in Sandoria. If you just chose a Rogadin or a Galka in Bastok, you gain a ring that has like defense on it or something. It's very little difference.
I see.
But yeah, I say Windhurst. They all have amazing music. Sandoria's can be just a tad bit like monotonous, but they're all amazing and they're all incredibly nostalgic.
No, I see. Well, then yeah. Then I think that the forest is a good choice. I like Redania. There's no reason to not like this. Now let's see if my name will be available. Mm-hmm. I doubt it, but okay. I can't. Okay. Only the first letter must be capitalized. Okay, this is gonna be a challenge.
Yeah, no, I've tried 4 names and so far nothing. When you V plays is also not taken. Damn.
Oh, who's V plays?
Mm-hmm.
I can just use my Twitch name. I mean, I can just add TTV, but I don't want it to sound like promotion.
Yeah.
So I can't.
The V plays TTV is also not available.
That's so strange. Who's V plays TTV? Come on. Is there a? Can I use any? Must only contain letters.
Oh my god, Neon Genesis isn't even available. And you can't have underscores or numbers in your name.
Oh, this is gonna be.
This is what I was saying. This is rough. Yeah.
Yep, this is gonna be difficult.
Even Daz wasn't available.
Oh goodness.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to think of a name as well.
I can just use my main name from World of Warcraft. Please.
Oh my god, every name I can ever think of is taken.
Oh, okay, my main from WoW is available. I'll just use that one.
What is it?
It's oxytocin. It's a chemical.
Oh, you got that one, are you?
Yeah. It's been my name for years. Yeah.
Oh, Pandemonium is available. It's going to be AE, but available. I'm okay with that. It's fine. It's weird, but I'll go over with it. Jesus. Okay, I'm happy with it. Pandemonium.
Okay.
Pandy.
Perfect.
I'll do.
Let's
Alright.
go.
Next step. So my character creation: Pandemonia, Taratari male, face style 2, hairstyle B, large size baby, Black Mage, Windhurst. Black Mage is so OP. All right, I still might even go Black Mage. We'll see. Create character, and I'm good. I have a character, Pandemonia, and that is level 24 monk. Sorry, warrior with a 12 monk.
Hmm.
You could have done that character, really. All right. Log
Wait,
in. You
play?
can make.
Oh, sorry.
And now I think we might have to log out and log back in and out again.
I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, and now we click play Horizon, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't log out or in. It just says create a character still, but I guess when I start the game, it'll connect, hopefully. and
No,
my character
log
will be-
out just right now, and then log back in again
Oh,
on the launcher.
oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. It's
There you
showing
go.
my
And then
character.
now you show all your characters, and then now you click play.
Perfect.